Hi everybody, so happy to be back. Don't worry, every month's introduction will not be as long as last month. I just wanted to say hello and remind you all that I am doing that 11/11 special, so you get 2 cards for whatever focus you want. I write it as an email reading, and it's $11.11 to celebrate that we are over 11,000 people strong on my channel. It's such a gift. So if you go to the homepage of my website, everything is there for you to do that. Also, I am opening another Siren Squad support. If you go to my services and go to written services, that's an email assistance service that I'm offering starting. It started November 1st, and I'm also offering one for the 15th of December. I am also still looking for women of color to collaborate with on a jewelry and clothing front. Please only contact me if you have a fully functioning site and everything, because if people like the product that I'm wearing, I want them to be able to go find you and buy it. So if you don't have, a website or an Etsy store or anything like that, it's going to be hard for us to collaborate. I do have a brand that I'm working with in December, but I need people for next year. Also, if you feel comfortable commenting what I'm about to say below, if not, email me. In 2018, I would like to come and meet as many people in the US as I possibly can. I'm definitely looking to do an East Coast tour, potentially a West Coast tour as well. So if you can let me know where you guys are located and if you'd like for me to have an event in your city, please comment below where you are, especially if you're in the US. Okay, I can't do international yet, but that is a goal. So comment below. Definitely East Coast, potentially West Coast. Let's see where you guys are, and I'll see what I can get conjured up for you all. And let's get into love. All right, Capricorn. First, I need to say, don't let love be a headache. It should never be a headache. Okay, if love is giving you a headache, then you're either, worried about too many things, or you're not enjoying your relationships. You're just like putting up with them, or you're not allowing yourself to have any type of sexual release, or, it could be a lot of different things. Also, I had the cards fall all crazy a couple times when I was shuffling for you. So, again, don't juggle or bite off more than you can chew, okay? Don't get so wrapped up in something, right, that you're distracted or that you drop the ball. Out of the deck came your card, the Devil card. On the bottom of the deck, it is the 6 of Wands. So, I love this Devil card. He has these little, mariachi marionettes that he's playing. So don't get caught up in the song and dance of dating, Capricorn, right? And, the Devil card can be great for a love reading because it can talk about being really carnal and just, sexual and just doing whatever you want, especially with the 6 of Wands. Like, everyone sees you as this, sexual prowess person, right? Getting whatever you want out of scenarios, getting to be you, right? The truest form of you, and getting whatever you want. But when I cut the deck, we have the 4 of Swords. So you need to be really mindful of what it is, that you're succeeding in. And if you are proud of that. Because when I cut the deck again, 9 of Wands, there's still some sign of resistance that you're having to freeing yourself from this more human, right? Carnal, animalistic form of yourself, 8 of Swords. So don't restrict yourself. Don't think you're just a sexual being. Don't think that relationships that you have just have to be sexual. And make sure you're being seen, right? You're succeeding. You'll always be successful, Capricorn. So it's a matter of what do you actually want to succeed in. And I just did another reading where the Death card came up and it had exactly almost the same arch here. So I want to say, did you go through this death, right? Did you go through these endings and these traumas and this resurrection, right? All to just be in the same position. So the Four of Swords talks about putting in, dropping the casket. And cut the Nine of Swords again, or the Nine of Wands, excuse me. And putting an end to identifying only with our trauma, right? Or having that be the strongest resonance in love. There's more for you, Capricorn. You can have more. You can be seen as more and for more. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to be. All right, Capricorn, your overall energy is to stay optimistic about your love life. Listen, Pluto is going to keep doing his thing in Capricorn, and, it is what it is. You got a trine or a sextile rather, from Scorpio energy right now. Just, you got to roll with it. And you have to understand that vulnerability is required. That's a must. That is a must. Vulnerability is required. If you really want to move past the things that have hindered you from having a permanent bloom in your love life, if you will. The overall energy this month is the Five of Cups. I love this Five of Cups because more so than the traditional Five of Cups, this is about understanding the way that we create a labyrinth in our own mind, in the way that our own disappointments and our own tendencies to hold on to situations, right, that disappoint us and we wish didn't come out that way, and just feeling down not only creates a lot of work for ourselves, right, to finally get ourselves back to that good feeling place. We have this big maze to navigate, but also others that are trying to understand you are also going to have to navigate that same maze. So really think about this month, how much work it is to like get over things. Like, do you just say, oh, I'm over it, and then really it creates a compartmentalized belief inside your brain, and then the next time you get into a situation that, is upsetting, you have to navigate it again. You don't get what I'm saying? Okay? And this being is also half submerged into the water, and he's looking down. So the way out of the mental maze is through the heart. You need to self-reflect and sit with your emotions, not to dwell in them, but so that you know what they are. And you also need to rise up out of that water too. Okay? In the past, we have the World and the Eight of Swords. So, you are your own worst enemy, Capricorn. If you're feeling trapped in this realm, right? Or it's like you've been at the precipice of change for a while and you're kind of chomping at the bit and you're like, where is it at? You still have not overcome some belief that you can even have what it is you want. Okay? Because in this World card, it reiterates that divine time is the one that will decide. In that you have to peel back many layers and many faces and many facades and many expressions of self, right, in order to be free and then commit to a new life. And it takes every element of your being, right? Every acknowledgement, the mind, the body, the soul, the spirit, to bring this about. And if your mind is still tumultuous, with thoughts of not feeling worthy or skeptical if someone else, has your best interest at heart, and if you are, really in tune with your intuition, or are you functioning from your fears and blah, 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 you know what I mean? It's very chaotic and can create a storm more than a closing of the chapter. In the present, you have the Knight of Cups and the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords, like the Five of Cups, shows a really grooved river, right? Almost saying that, again, the way out is through one, moving forward. Not only physically, but mentally. This is really saying mentally and emotionally you need to create forward movement. But I can't help but notice both of these cards are looking backwards in some capacity. They're looking over their shoulder. You have to understand that the more you look over your shoulder, the more misdirected your journey. Because if you're not looking forward, then how can you be focused on creating something that isn't at all reminiscent of what you have previously experienced? Or, you know, you are going to bring the past with you, because the Six of Swords wants you to move forward despite how painful, despite how hard. It's about saying, you know what? I may not have even settled all my demons or settled all my baggage yet, but I know that there's more, and I have to continue looking for that, and I have to continue going forward to that. The Knight of Cups says, I have to be willing to be vulnerable, right? And walk through the gate of love, walk through the arch, walk into the divine heart in order to move forward. This is also saying leaving behind people that really can only offer you a dream, right? Or like I don't want to say a whirlwind romance. It's not whirlwind, but it's like very like, oh, this is all I wanted. Like just real quick, but it has no weight to it, right? There's no pentacles here. There's no tangibility, right, to this energy. In the future, we have the King of Swords, clarified by the Four of Cups. Now, what's interesting about this card to me is if you look in the background of the Four of Cups, you see the guitar, like was seen in the mariachi type men that were on the strings in the Devil card. This is telling me that if you continue to function, right, from a place of codependency or feeling tied to you know, fun yet self-destructive behavior, constantly giving into, I want to say, instant gratification and pure, like, not that pleasure is wrong, but if you only give in to pure pleasure, like it has nothing to it besides like raw pleasure, I think you're going to end up kind of upset. I mean, these cards are extremely similar. I mean, one comes after the other. But there's a feeling of drinking and partying with this Four of Cups as well, just the way that his mind is poured out. So you're getting rid of, you're not letting the emotions bog down your mind or the thoughts. Like there's a cleansing. There needs to be a cleansing of the mind. And with the King of Swords here, it either will be over a King of Swords or someone that's verbally and physically distant, as well as you need to be more, I almost want to say militant, but not that extreme. Like you need to be more clear-cutting about what it is that you're going to feed into, right? Stay optimistic about your love life. The King of Swords does not dwell. The King of Swords does not like meddle with the lesser. Like he understands, like, and is very, very clear on what is for him and what is not, what he's going to tolerate and what he's not. The facts behind that, like, you know, if you're bored and you don't like how things are turning out in your love life, then King of Swords says logically you need to try something different, right? And obviously all of this can be vice versa, but use your rationale when it comes to learning how to change that which is unfulfilling, disappointing, or just overall blah, you know? All right, Capricorn? Plus, you know, Thanksgiving in America this month, so going home to see your family can be blasé. Especially if they're like, why aren't you married? Or why did you get divorced? All right. Others' opinions are less important than my personal guidance system. You do not intend to use the opinions of others to measure against your beliefs, desires, or actions in order to determine the appropriateness of them. Instead, you knew and still remembered long after you were born that it was the relationship between your opinion or knowledge of the source within you and your current thoughts in any moment that would offer you perfect guidance in the form of your emotional guidance system. So, be your best friend and your biggest ally, Capricorn, okay? If you're asking other people what is best for you or, what you need or whatever, you may be disappointed or unenthused even if you try their, or take their offer. Because only you know you, all right? I hope this was helpful. It has been my pleasure, and I will connect with you again soon. Peace.